So I
If
don't even,
anything.
I like when she reads her books, because if I know if I come home, if I play golf and she's reading her book, it's going to be go time in like 45 minutes. When
So
she's
now you
done
guys know
reading.
every time Nash golfs, and I'm like, get out. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, let me just take a shower real
No.
quick. I'm just kidding.
I am so excited for today's episode. Part 2, though. We did already record this last week and had some issues
We had some
with the audio.
issues.
We
Audio
did.
issues.
Hot girls have audio
they do.
issues, and
do.
we can't help it. But let me reintroduce for like, what is this, your third or fourth time
This
coming
is
on?
like my fourth time.
Yeah, you're an
Even
OG.
Reno, I was on a couple
I know.
times.
You're an OG. So this
Yep.
is my wonderful, amazing, handsome, kind, loving, smart, funny fiance,
Wow, what
Mr.
an
Nash
intro.
Rudy.
Hello, baby.
Hi, baby.
How are you? Thank you for
I'm
having
good.
me on.
You're welcome. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thanks
and welcome
for having
back
me,
again.
besties. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It is always a pleasure.
Yeah, you are
with
a
you
highly
guys.
requested guest.
And
I
I
think you guys
appreciate
always
that.
love a male take on a lot of things, but also just Nash's take specifically.
I have
He's a
pretty good
guy.
takes. Just kidding.
He's
But
a
it's
pretty
good
good
to.
guy.
I feel like the besties want to have some male takes. So I mean, I'm here to answer some questions.
You know what? You're out here. So let's do a little catch up on
Okay.
on you. Like catch
Okay.
us up on your life. Where are you working? What are you doing? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling great.
Okay.
Just got done with the workout, guys. But overall, still working in the ER, which is super fun. Learning a lot. Love everyone I work with. It's a great learning environment. Yeah, it's been super fun. I work my 3 12-hour shifts a week, and the weather's nice. So then the other 4 days I'm off, I'm just hanging out with Soph
Oh, well,
and playing golf.
I think
playing
it's
golf.
actually playing golf and then hanging out with
Hey,
Soph.
when the weather's nice.
When the weather's nice, which honestly, you guys,
When in
I'm
doubt.
fine with it. I've got no problem
actually
with
doesn't
it.
mind
I
it.
love it. I'm like, get out of the house, get out. I love my alone time. I'll read my spicy books.
I know.
I'll hang out with my puppy.
It's perfect. It's like it's the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds. And you know what? Nash turned to me yesterday where amidst a storm, okay, we've got tornado warnings on tornado watch.
Tornado watch.
Because we're learning the difference between tornado warning and tornado watch. So we were on tornado watch yesterday.
We are now Southerners.
We are Southerners, if you guys didn't know. And he goes, I think I'm going to have our daughter probably play golf. Like, I might have our daughter play golf.
No, 100%.
And I'm like, that's fine. I mean,
okay,
you know what?
But you know what? If you think about it in a Cliff Note version,
Okay.
not, for example, Sophia played lacrosse, but I just found out the other day that there are only 30 NC2A Division I lacrosse teams, which is unfortunate because most girls growing up on the East Coast play lacrosse, most on the West Coast play soccer. And golf has a lot of collegiate teams. So, and not that many girls play golf. There are some that play golf, but all she has to do is be pretty good and school's paid for. I'm just saying.
You know
I'm
what?
thinking long term.
We're thinking long term. We're thinking investment. Because you know what?
Long term.
Growing up is realizing how much your parents paid for, especially if you were an athlete. Nash and I were both athletes growing up. Growing up is realizing once you understand the concept of money, you start making your own money. You're kind of getting into your career. You're paying bills. And you're like, okay, I'm living life. Like, I'm really in this whole adulthood thing. Then you look back and I'm like, how did I go to private school? How did I play travel across? How did my sister? How did we? And then how did my parents?
Parents were just winging it.
And I'm just, how did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But
100%.
So you're working in the ER
Working
still.
in the ER still.
Huge win is that you got your
advanced EMT certification, which is great. So
it's a huge deal.
For those who don't know, it's in between EMT basic and paramedic school. So and a paramedic. So now I'm eligible to go to paramedic school, which
you can throw in IVs.
Yeah, I can do IVs. I can drill people's knees, and it's like a knee IV. For those who don't know, I can give more meds. It just advances my scope of practice, and it makes me more desirable to fire departments. Speaking of fire departments, I'm still in the hiring process of that.
Yes.
I have currently 4 applications into departments in Middle Tennessee, which is exciting. So I'm hoping this year,
everyone
for my
manifest
26th birthday, which is in 2 weeks, the best present ever would be to be hired by a fire department.
It would be, you guys. And I've been saying this for years, but once Nash gets in, whenever your time is, it could be in 2 weeks. It could be whenever that is. It's been a long process, but I don't think a lot of people realize how long the process is and quite gruesome it can be to become a fireman. It's not just like you take a test and you just get in, or you just apply and you get in.
No.
It is a very long process to become a fireman, and it has been a journey for you, and we will debrief Nash's journey someday once you're in,
and I'm through the academy, and
you're through it. You've got
we'll do a whole episode on it.
Yes, we will do a whole episode on it. But quick shout out to all the nurses,
all the shift workers, the first responders.
Yep. You guys are loved here. Y'all are loved here. Thank you for everything that you do for all of your communities, for everybody. It's not easy. Huge selfless people, and it's not easy at all. I'm only somebody I'm just a spouse, okay? But I can't imagine, like, you come home and you say the craziest things. But other than that, you're doing good?
Other than that, I'm doing good.
Life is good.
Yeah, life is good.
Can't complain.
Love it. We're loving Tennessee.
Yeah, we are.
We've been here crazy. I think we've been here for over a year.
I know. I can't believe it.
And I wouldn't go back. We love it here.
Yeah, we love it here. We're not going back to the West Coast ever, I don't think, just for vacationing.
It's really fun to visit, but I wouldn't live there.
Yeah, I think we're over that faster pace of life, kind of leaning into a softer life a little bit. We're really big homebodies. We are homebodies. Work, hang out at home, hang out with our puppy, you golf. And I'll sometimes join you.
Yeah, I'll
do my workout classes, and that's pretty much it, you guys. There's
not much to it.
There's not much to it, and honestly, it's been wonderful. A softer life.
Been great. No,
it's been fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I asked y'all the other day to ask us some questions for the both of us and for Nash, and we are excited. The questions were so good. We were going through them on my story.
They were really good questions. I was actually surprised.
I know. I was like, I wish that we could do. You're surprised about the besties asking good questions?
No, but I'm surprised how many there were.
There were a lot.
I'm surprised at how many questions there were.
Yes. No, there were a ton of and really good questions. So we're going to be, you know how we are. We're very open. We share a lot of things. I've shared a lot of my life, a lot of bits of our lives and everything. I like to keep Nash kind of to myself, but he's sprinkled in here and there. But you guys asked some really good questions. So are you ready?
Let's get to it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
As a couple, what is your favorite part about living in Nashville?
Ooh, favorite part about living in Nashville is 100% going to be the food for me.
The food. Big foodie.
The food is great. There's a lot of, surprisingly in Nashville, there's a lot of like different kinds of food.
Yeah. There's a pretty decent variety.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because we're from California where there's every bit of food.
Yeah, and it's all really good.
Yeah. But the food that's here, like, it's not just barbecue and fried food. Like, you can we've been to a couple good sushi places here.
Yeah.
We've been to
a lot of good restaurants coming in.
Restaurant here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's Nashville, and the big cities will always find a way to get like the good product in their restaurants. So I mean, like we've been to a lot of good restaurants here. I have zero complaints about the food.
Yeah, I think I think you love the food. I love the food too.
Hold on. Oh, what's your favorite part about Nashville?
Oh my God, thank you so much for asking. I would say the people. The people and the food. Yeah. I mean, so like Nashville downtown proper, it's a lot of people who live in the city of Nashville are not from here.
No,
so I would say like when I
that.
talk about yes, but also like when I talk about the people, I mean more so the outskirts. Like my parents live in Franklin, so anytime we're down there and we've been outside, we go outside of like downtown a lot and explore like Middle Tennessee in general, and just like the people are so nice.
Yeah, and it's a lot slower.
It's a lot slower, softer pace of life, and it makes me want to be a nice person. Because I'm not kidding you, I say this all the time, but anytime I go check out at the grocery store and the clerk is checking me out, whatever, it's like this nice lady or this nice man, and they're like, how's your day going, sweetie? And I'm like, well, let me just trauma dump on you. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, let me tell you about every bit of my life.
Or they'll be like, hey, what are you making with this food tonight?
They'll just talk to you.
I'm actually making this. Yeah.
Which is so weird coming from the West Coast because they don't talk to you at all. They just don't care to ask other people about their day or just like say hello or give a smile. It's not really common to do that on the West Coast, but out here, even like the Southern hospitality is real, and I just really enjoy that. I feel like it's very refreshing. Kids are saying yes ma'am, no ma'am. People are holding the door open for you, like and it's just very nice.
California can never.
I know, it's very refreshing, and I think the people are nice, even if they're nice to my face and talk shit behind my back. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
We're used to people not being nice to your face and talking shit behind your back.
100%.
So it is. I feel like it's very refreshing in the food. Yeah, the people and the food.
Yeah, the people and the food, which makes all the difference.
Geographically.
And like you said the other day, Sophia told me this the other day.
Yeah, geographically, not like the state of Tennessee, I really like where it is geographically because you can go north, south, east, west and get to so many different cities in like an
100%.
hour or two flight. You can go up to New York, you can go to Chicago, you can go down to the Gulf, you can go to Florida, you can go to the Carolinas. Like you can go
Yeah.
really just
You
anywhere
can get anywhere pretty
quickly, like just
Yeah.
one flight, one nonstop flight
Like
for a
when
decent price. And I like how it's kind of in the middle of the
everything.
east,
Yeah, like when we went to St.
southeast-ish,
Pete we went to St. Pete in February and it was like an hour and a half flight.
Yeah, super easy.
Super easy.
So we love it. We
Love
love it
it.
here.
We love it here.
Okay, Nash, how is your health journey and what have you been doing differently? Because I've been kind of talking about you on social media.
Yeah.
I've been talking a little bit about you. You know, I got a
Right.
little crush and
Right.
whatnot. But
I
I've
hear
been telling all the
you.
besties that you have been going through a
Yep.
wellness journey. And I think some of them are definitely noticing it. Like you're looking like really good.
Oh,
Jawline is
wow.
sharp.
Thank you, besties.
You're looking fine, baby. Like you've always looked good to me. But
Thank you.
specifically, you know, recently you've been kind of like going through a little health and wellness journey. So let us know. Let us know what you've been doing.
Well, yeah, I've been doing a couple things and I'll save the biggest thing for last. But
Ooh, there you go.
the one thing is just working out more. Like when we moved here, I was stressed because I was going to propose to Sophia. And then I was drinking like more than, not like a ton, but like a lot more than I normally did, especially in Reno.
Yeah.
So I've been working out and then just making sure my diet's in check, like 80-20. You know, eating like when I go to work, I'll eat like chicken and rice with vegetables, ground beef. That's just what feels good for me. And that's what digests good. I don't want to be all bloated in the ER and stuff.
Not a good match.
Doesn't feel good. I also have been getting adjusted by the chiropractor, and I went in and got an X-ray at this chiropractor, and I had tech neck. Your neck is supposed to curve forward like this and then kind of come up like this. My shit was like this.
Yeah, his head was basically tech neck is just like, you know, when you look at your phone and you're looking down or like at a computer screen, it's when your neck and your head start to kind of like come forward all the way. And
so my face just looked like a tube. Like I had no structure to my face. And the chiropractor showed me the X-ray. She's like, it's really fucking bad.
Yeah, they basically were like, it's kind of the worst we've ever seen.
No,
but
they
like,
said it's
we're
the
here to
worst
fix
they've
it.
ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been getting adjusted for about 12 weeks, 10 weeks with them, and it's made all the difference. Because I grew up getting adjusted, and now my body feels back to normal. Because when I was swinging my golf clubs one time in the summer, so it's like you look super stiff. You have to get
Nash
adjusted.
was going. This is what got him into the chiropractor. We didn't know he had tech neck. Like I didn't look at him and I was like, "You have tech neck," but he had a couple weeks where he just like was not doing well with golf, and he's like, "I'm not hitting my clubs. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm just I'm so shitty, like blah blah blah." You know, if you have a golfer guy, man, fiance, husband, boyfriend, you get it. Like they say the worst things. Yeah, it's to themselves.
We mentally abuse ourselves.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god. He's like, I fucking suck, like blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, let's relax. I'll go with you. And I was like, I'll hit some balls with you. So I go and I see his swing and he's stiff as a board. I was like, dude, you need to get cracked, bro. Like you are not fluid with your swing at all.
Yeah.
And he's gotten cracked, and ever since you did,
and
it's been a huge difference. I know that chiropractors are kind of like a hot take. A lot of people are like never going. A lot of people are like yes, but I do really like the chiropractors that you're seeing here, and it seemed to be working for you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the biggest thing is the drum roll, the mouth tape. I have sleep apnea.
Oh, wait, this is your first time like kind of admitting that you do. This is a safe space, babe. Yeah. Because he's been like, I don't have it. I'm like, well.
I have sleep apnea. But now it's been corrected with the mouth tape.
Which this is not like a diagnosis, or this is not, we're not saying that you guys should do this. You had, I would say, beginning stages of it. Wasn't severe.
No,
it was just starting, and I was like
I would just snore at night.
Why
and I'd
are you waking up choking?
And I'm like, this is shitty. And then Sophie would be like, roll over every time I'm on my back.
Yeah, I was getting really bad sleep because you were snoring and waking up choking, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
No, I know, it's bad. And then so with the mouth tape, what it does, there's a little hole, like it's shaped like a mouth. There's a hole in it in case you emergently need to breathe through your mouth. And then I would take the nose strip that you can get at CVS or Walgreens, and it just pulls your nose open. And I've been sleeping like a baby because your nose is actually a filter, and you just sleep deeper.
And you sleep deeper
when you breathe through your nose.
Yeah. So it's been a huge, like, now you've been getting the best sleep of your life, which how I talk about this all the time to the besties and tell them how important sleep is. Like if there's anything like your fitness, your nutrition, your mental or whatever that you could focus on, I think the first thing that people need to do is get their sleep in order before tackling anything. I say it all the time, even with clients when they go on trips
100%.
and they're like, oh, I'm just stressed about getting back into my workouts and eating healthy. I was like, no, what I want you to do is focus on your sleep. High quality sleep leads to a high quality life. So what would you say? Would you say that what? Oh, Snaps for that. High quality sleep leads to a high quality life. Thank you for that. But would you say that like since you've gotten higher quality sleep that you overall feel so
it's
much
like
better?
changed a lot better because I don't even sleep that much when I work because I get off at 11. I'll get home at 11:30. Like I get in bed at 11:30 after the shower and stuff, and then Gemma wakes up at 6, so I get up with Gemma.
Yeah.
And then, but even with the mouth tape, like I'll sleep so deep, I'll be tired for like a second, but then I'm right back up to it.
Yeah.
And to piggyback onto that, when I sleep good, I'll want to go to the gym in the morning before work because that's going to make me feel good. Like if I were to sleep like crap when I got home, I'd be like, man, I'm not going to the gym. I'm just going to lay on the couch for 3 hours before I go to work.
Yeah.
But I want to work out. So the better you sleep, the more you'll want to do for yourself. So
yeah, and I would say like your energy levels are better. I would say a mixture. So with Nash,
hold on.
Whoa, could slice somebody with that jawline, baby. Oh my God. Look at that man. No, I love it. It's so funny. He'll look at me and he'll like stretch out his jaw. And I'm like, whoa, oh, hold on. Jawline is popping. Watch out, everybody. But overall, your health and wellness journey, what has been a result of all of these things? So I would say lower blood pressure.
Yeah, like lower blood pressure. I didn't have like high blood pressure, but I just like my friend was messing around and we took it at work. I was like
little bit
I was
higher.
like 137 over 85, and
which
I'm
is
like,
not bad.
And
at
I work
all.
in the ER. I've seen 250 over 120. Like that's an emergent blood pressure. Like I don't have a weird.
Just to be clear, you guys.
Just to be clear,
he doesn't have. But lower your blood pressure. I mean, you know, you're a bigger growing man.
Yeah, I'm 200. I'm basically 230 pounds.
Yeah,
but,
let them know and
I eat a lot. But
yes.
But now, like ever since I've been using the mouth tape, like I took it the other day at work, and I'm like 125 over 85, which is, I mean, like I do eat
You've
salty
lost
stuff,
how
so
much
it's gonna
weight?
be a little higher. But
how much weight have you
lost 14 pounds since I started this.
Yep.
Which I actually didn't even know. My chiropractor told me that because like I go to this cool chiropractor in Nashville where like they take your weight and do X-rays and stuff, and they just kind of like obviously you can't keep good track unless you're not literally keeping track. So that's what I've been doing.
It's been good. His health and wellness journey. So you know, I know we answered this. It was kind of a long answer, but for any of your men out there, no, it's fine. But for any of your guys out there, like chiropractor, if they're a little stiff, you know, if they've got tech neck, look into mouth taping, nose strips, that kind of stuff can be really helpful if your man is kind of dealing with snoring or sleep apnea or whatever. Okay, so Nash, somebody asked, is Nash mixed?
Yes.
What is your ethnicity?
Let the girlies know. I'm half black, half white. My dad is black. My dad's from LA, grew up in LA. My mom's white. Her parents are from New York. She grew up in a town called Alameda, which is in the heart of the Bay Area. A lot of people say Fremont's the heart of the Bay, but Alameda is the peninsula in the Bay Area between Oakland and San Francisco. So yeah, that's my mom's Irish and German, and my dad's black, and
you are you,
and I am me,
100% perfect.
I am me, and he is.
A lot of people get confused with Nash's ethnicity. They ask, you would be surprised at how many DMs I get of people asking like what your ethnicity is.
Yeah,
I thought he was Puerto Rican when we first met, and
which makes sense.
You kind of look Puerto Rican.
Puerto Ricans are some black folks.
Sure.
I mean,
I mean,
they have similar features.
Totally
so
similar.
I can see that.
Yes, totally similar features. And yeah, I think a lot of people are like, what are you? What's going on?
So it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. You are one of those
I've also
guys.
gotten Samoan. I've also like on a rare occasion have gotten like Middle Eastern, which it's just like a giant range of stuff.
Or like Spanish.
Or Mexican. Like, especially on the West Coast. Like there's a huge Hispanic population. So I would just, people will speak Spanish to me, and I'm like, I don't speak it.
You're like, I'm so sorry, but
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So amazing. Okay. The next thing is, what is your favorite thing about each other?
Ladies first. I'll let you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay. If you want to go first, you can.
I love how you are so genuine and kind to everybody that you meet. It doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, what they look like. You treat everybody with respect. And you have been the same since the day that I met you. You have been,
I was gonna be.
I know, and he told me that because you were my first, like one of my first like really, really nice, genuine, kind guys that I
give the nice guys a chance.
Yeah, that I gave a chance to, and it was a little bit uncomfortable at first because I wasn't used to you being, I mean, you were so forward and consistent with your communication. You were forward with the fact that you really liked me, that you wanted to take me out. There was like constant stream of communication. There was no hiding anything.
No.
You were so upfront about just like talking about your childhood and talking about all different things and like it just flowed so well, and
I
you have
know.
been
Thank
the
you.
same genuine, kind man, and you have the biggest heart, and I mean, you're just the most special person ever, and anybody, like, to know you is to love you, and
Mhm.
anybody that gets the pleasure of, like, meeting you and knowing you knows that you are just, like, the best person ever, and you
Oh,
know that within, like,
thanks, baby.
a minute of meeting Nash, that he's just one of those nice guys. You're just the nicest guy, and
Thank
I
you,
just love
babe.
how genuine and kind you are, and you
Well,
treat
thank
everybody
you.
with respect,
I
and I
love
love you.
you. I love you
Yeah.
more.
That's my favorite thing about you.
Aw.
Okay, so enough about you. No. What's your
Uh,
favorite thing about me?
well,
No, you know what's funny?
you're the
I
worst.
am the worst because this is like what, like a daily question?
No, like, she asks me this every day.
I'll
Like,
just
this isn't
sigh.
just a
I'll
podcast
give like a
question.
long sigh and I'm like,
Just
so what's your favorite thing
or
about
what
me?
do
And
you
he's
love
like,
about me?
babe,
And I'm
oh
like,
my
oh my
God.
God.
Here
No,
we
but
go again.
there's a ton of things I love about Sophia, but I would say the number one thing, it's kind of a mishmash of two things. Soph is a ride or die person for her people. And our circle is pretty small,
Hmm.
but she's like the same thing. She's super nice to anyone she meets, but for her inner circle, she is a ride or die. She has supported me through my entire journey of trying to become a firefighter. She has been my backbone. I could not have done this without her. I wouldn't even be close to where I am without her. She is just a ride or die, and I love you so much. And you
Oh,
are
you're
just
so
such a
sweet.
big rock for me.
Thank
And
you.
you will just do anything for anyone you love. She
I
really
love very
takes
hard.
care of her people. She loves really hard,
Yeah.
and she is just my best friend in the whole world. And I would literally never want to hang out with anyone other than you.
Oh, babe,
And
I
I love
love
you
you.
so
That's so
much. I love
sweet. That was
you.
very sweet.
You're
Well,
welcome.
thank you. I really
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
That's my man, you guys. That's my
Yeah.
man. You're
She take
probably
good
like,
care of me.
you guys, this is so like,
This is
bleh.
so
We're getting
cheesy.
into the nitty gritty. We had to
I
start off, we
we had
had
to
to like
start off
warm up a
cheesy.
little bit,
Yeah,
okay?
100%.
Because we're getting into some nitty gritty questions right now. We're going to
Yeah.
take a little pivot, okay? A lot of people, a lot of you guys asked this, okay? What's our point of view on porn and strip clubs or lap dances? Is porn addiction a deal breaker? A lot of you guys ask about
Okay.
that. I would
Yeah,
say
that's a
that
good question.
based off of the questions, it seems like this is a conversation I think every relationship definitely
Yeah,
has
for
on
sure.
whether, you guys want to engage in watching it, whether,
Mhm.
you guys want to
Yep.
do that. And I would say outside of religious or cultural beliefs, this is going to be our answer for
Uh-huh.
our relationship. I don't know if, do you want to answer
Yeah,
this
I'll
maybe?
answer, yeah.
Because you're the
So
man.
right,
So
yeah, and it's, like, more stereotypical that the man it's objectively a fact, but,
yeah,
like, yeah, first of all, I've never been to a strip club, even though we used to live in Nevada for 5
I
years
know
where strip
casinos
clubs are
everywhere.
casinos, strip clubs everywhere.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a lap dance other than from
Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. That's my man, you
No,
guys.
yeah, so I've never been to a strip club, never gotten, like I've never, like, paid for a lap dance or anything.
Would you?
No, babe.
Oh, I'm like picking a fight right now, but
Yeah,
would you, if you
okay.
had the opportunity, would you do
I
it?
mean, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Unless it
I'm
was like
not.
my hall pass if it was J-Lo. No, I'm kidding. I'm
I
just
know.
kidding. Um,
J-Lo, J-Law,
yeah,
Jennifer Aniston.
yeah,
Those would be my hall passes too.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then in terms of porn, I don't think it's a good idea to have it in your relationship because when you're having a intimate moment or you guys are like wanting to have sex or whatever,
Hmm.
and the guy is, constantly watching porn, it can cause a number of problems. One, it can make it less special.
Yeah.
Like, because if you want to, like, it's supposed to be a special act, like where like if you're trying to get gratification outside, it's not going to be as much it's not going to mean as much to you, which your girl will pick up energy on that.
Yeah.
And then two, it can also make your
Yeah.
not
It could.
work.
Yeah. It could
It
lead
can give you
to
ed.
issues.
Yeah, it
Yes.
can give you
ED.
ed and give
That
you
is a
ed.
fact.
And then three, oh my god, it was on the tip of my tongue. And then okay, here it is, I just came back to it.
Oh, he just
And
came
then
back to it.
three, um for women, it is not about the physical act, it's about everything else. For example, if Sophia, she likes she likes the bed made in the morning a certain way, so I will make the bed in the morning for her. That is a way of telling her that she's sexy. But
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna go do my thing in the bathroom, then like and I'm already satisfied, you may just be like, okay, I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't want to do anything else. Or like you should try and make your girl feel special. It takes away that drive to make your girl feel special and sexy.
Yes. For you as a
For
man, it takes
yes,
away the drive
yes,
to make her
yes.
feel. Yeah.
For a
Totally.
guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Nash and I specifically, we had a conversation, I think a year or two into us like to dating. I
Yeah.
think it was like 6
I
months
think
into us living together.
yeah, it was like more than it
And
was like 3 years ago plus.
yeah, and we were just kind of like, we both agreed. We were like, we should probably not watch
Yeah,
porn.
no.
And I don't think that it's something that maybe we should just
Yeah.
like, let's try to get gratification out of each other.
Yeah,
And
100%.
let's keep the intimacy and the intimate
Right.
moments within just our
Yeah.
relationship and not from any outside sources.
Yeah.
Especially when I was still at that time struggling very deeply with my libido. It would not make me feel good if you were to find outside of gratification as somebody who is already struggling with it. It's
Yeah,
like a
somebody who's
double
already yeah,
whammy
it's a
where it's
double
like,
whammy.
not only am I not wanting to, like deep down I want to, but I actually don't want to. I'm not in the mood ever. And you're also getting outside gratification. Like it just is almost like a triple slap in the face.
Yeah, but that's where you have
And
to come back and communicate what's going
communicate that.
on.
So we decided it was a pretty easy decision for us, and
Yeah.
we have not like watched it since. Like
No.
it's been years and years.
Yeah.
And like I think what you were trying to say earlier is that intimacy, we view it in our relationship as very highly valuable. And as somebody,
Yeah.
as a relationship, we've been together for 6.5 years. We went through a long period of time, you guys, long, where we struggled with the intimacy department because I was struggling with my own issues with my libido and recovering it from being on birth control for so long
Yeah.
and feeling
Yeah.
so numb and having all my issues. So it has been a long journey for
Yeah.
us to work back to being like consistently actively intimate. And as we know here, intimacy is like not just physical, it's honestly everything
No,
but
yeah, it's
physical. Like
for a woman, it's everything
it's,
but
yes,
physical.
and having intimate moments with your partner is not just like physical touching, kissing,
Yeah.
whatever, or inside the bedroom. It's like outside of the bedroom too. So it's been a long time that we've had to work through that, and we just decided no, and it's very valuable in our relationship, and we put
Yeah.
a lot of high value in that, and we feel as though if you get it from outside sources, then it's not as valuable. But there is like, I think a lot of people kind of believe that like, well, what about me reading my spicy books though? Like, do you find any issues
Yeah.
in that? Is that kind of the same thing?
I mean, no, I don't I don't think it's the same. Oh, some guys would definitely argue and be like, it's the same thing.
Mhm.
But like it really isn't because one, she's reading it's like an audiobook or like if you're reading your
Mhm.
book, that actually helps her get in the mood.
Yes.
So
If anything.
I like when she reads her books because if I know if I come home, if I play golf and she's reading her book, it's gonna be go time in like 45 minutes when
So
she's
now you
done
guys know
reading.
every time Nash golfs, and I'm like, get
I'm
up. No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
like, let
Kidding.
me just take a shower
No.
real quick. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I think it's different than like you like if you were like this is if you were like watching a guy.
Don't be out of pocket
No,
right
I'm not.
now.
No, I'm not. If you're
Nash can
watching
say some out of pocket
if
shit,
you're
you guys.
watching a guy do that, like how a
Yeah.
guy how a guy watches a girl do that
Yeah.
in porn, like it
Yeah.
would be different.
Yeah.
But I think it's a storyline and it's a book. So
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's different
complete
in my
fiction.
opinion.
It's complete fiction.
It's complete fiction.
Yeah, we don't think it's the same thing in our relationship, at least.
No.
It is not, it's not a deal. But that's kind of how we view it. And it's just a conversation to work through. And I think that if you, frame it as like you want it to be valuable and you feel like if your partner watches or gets outside gratification elsewhere, then it makes it feel less
Yeah,
valuable
it makes
for
it
you.
feel less special and valuable.
And work, it's just a conversation. It all boils down to communication. But that's kind of like our take. And we've been through a lot in the intimacy department.
Yeah.
And I would say everything that we've been through, like I look back and there's so many times where I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels horrible.
No, I
and
know.
I just like don't know how I can make it through this. But we have come out so much
We
stronger
made it
on the other
work.
end, and we made it
Yep.
work. And there's
Love you.
never been a doubt ever.
Never a
And
doubt.
somebody did ask, have we ever broken up? And
No.
if so, for how long?
Never broken up.
Never. And there's never been a thought that's been like, there's never been anything in our relationship that we've gone through where it was, I don't know if we're going to make it through this.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know.
I don't, maybe we should take a break. Like, we've never taken any breaks.
No, we've never taken a break.
It's been consistent the entire time.
Yep.
It's been pretty simple. It has been easy. We've gone through a
Yeah,
lot of
there's been
difficult
hard
things.
parts. Yeah.
Like, real life things, whatever, but it's been a pretty simple go, and
Yeah.
we haven't broken up. There's been no need to, and we also don't threaten breakups
No.
at all. That's never ever like
Yeah,
once
no.
we get officially married, there will never be any divorce. Like there's no,
Yeah, there's
we don't
never-
ever threaten
That's
that
so toxic.
ever where it's like, okay, then we should just break up, or okay, then we should just get divorced. Like that's a rule that we set a long time ago that we don't
Yeah.
throw that shit around because we
No.
can always work through
Yeah, we
things,
can always work
through
through things.
communication. Okay, that's our take on that. All right, what do y'all do to understand each other? I've got a good
What do we do to understand each other? Basically, for a guy, like from a guy's perspective, I like to watch. I mean, I've been with her for so long, but I will watch Sophia, especially when you move in with someone. Like when we first moved in,
Mm-hmm.
I picked up on habits that she did in the morning, in the evening, in the middle of the day. I mean, like I'd be at work sometimes,
Now
but
you've
like
got like a morning and nighttime
yeah,
routine.
now I got a full ass routine in the morning
Oh
and at
yeah.
nighttime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like for example, I know that in the morning, I know that at night she likes the kitchen completely clean and the
Mm-hmm.
dishwasher's loaded. Some people like to go to bed like, oh, we'll just do the dishes in the morning. I used to be like that. Now I cannot stand the sight of a dish in the
Can't stand
sink
it.
before we go to bed.
He's like repulsed
When
by
I
it.
want to come downstairs in the morning to see Gemma, I need the kitchen to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like I'll make sure and she'll help me with this. I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
if she cooks something, I'll clean or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's when we first started dating. Now we just do whatever.
Yeah,
And
now we're kind of in our routine. But
mhm.
yeah, you would say like picking up on my like just
Yeah,
being observant of like
observant
my
tendencies and
routines and
routines and like,
tendencies.
hey, like I know she likes um like so for the dishwasher thing, hey, I
Mhm.
know when the trash cans in the bathroom get full, like if I just empty them without saying anything, she'll just be like, oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Versus her being like, hey, can this thing's overflowing, can you throw this stuff away?
Yeah.
And then or if she wants the bed like made when she goes to the gym because she had a 6 o'clock Pilates class, like I'll make the bed for her. And
Yeah.
then it's just little stuff like that that makes a huge difference,
Yeah,
honestly.
definitely, which is something that we've worked on over the
Yeah, over
years.
the
It's
years,
not like
yeah.
Nash like inherently he was not born
No.
like this. Let me tell you
No,
that.
no,
Let
I
me tell
was
you that.
heroes are made, not
Yeah,
born.
yes, amen to that. And yeah, I would say that's a good understanding. What else would you say? Because I've got something for you. Is there anything else you want to say for understanding me? What's the biggest thing that you would
Oh,
say?
communication.
No,
Oh, shoot. Why am I blanking on this?
I would say understanding my cycle. You said it. He said
Oh,
it in the last
dang it.
episode. To be
I
fair,
did say in the last
he
episode.
did say
Okay,
this same exact
let me
spiel.
piggyback off this. So like
Well, because I have something to say for
okay,
you,
go
but I
ahead.
didn't know if you wanted to.
Yeah, or and so
I
like
was gonna I was gonna leave it up to you, but a lot of the
failed
other
epically.
questions, no, it's fine. He, to be fair, that was the first thing that came out of his mouth in the last episode. But understanding my cycle has helped you understand me
Yeah, no,
a
100%.
lot. And there was a lot of questions about cycle questions of like, does Nash know my cycle? Do you
Yeah,
track my cycle with me and
yeah.
everything like that? So
Like if she's in her luteal phase and if she's about to like bleed and stuff like that.
about to
Sorry, that sounds
bleed.
so bad. I could not think of a better word. If she's
Start
about to
my period.
start a period, yeah.
Okay.
Like she'll be like, "Hey, if I'm short with you, it's not your fault.
Hmm.
I'm just like I have a short fuse today."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." So that way I'll do everything in my power to make sure like she has a smooth day if I'm
Yeah.
off. But if she's in like her follicular phase, I'll be like, "Okay, like she's like let's go do something. Let's go on a walk. Let's go to the park. Let's take Gemma." Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So that's like a huge part of understanding like
It's like I've
what
got like two different
yeah,
personalities.
yeah,
You can
yeah, it's
definitely
so
tell when I'm
fun.
in
It's
my
so
follicular
fun.
phase or my luteal
Yes,
phase. You're
100%.
dating like two different
Yes,
people.
probably 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
period. No, let them know.
yeah.
It's just, and it's kind of like a new one comes and goes every
Yeah,
so
so when I get
often.
tired of one, it's like the next one's
The
here like,
next one's
"What up?"
here, and it's like, hey, new personality coming
Right.
in. It's kind of fun, isn't it? I
100%.
got to
It's
leave you on your
so
toes. I got to
fun.
keep it. I got to keep the spark alive somehow.
Yes,
I
you
got to keep
do.
you a little bit scared all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
your
Okay.
turn, go
My
ahead.
turn. So for me personally, understand, and I think this could go for anybody, and this could go for you understanding me. You got to talk about your childhood, y'all. You have to talk about your childhood, and your man has to talk about their childhood. It may take some time to peel that onion and all the layers back to maybe get to the childhood. We both had wonderful,
Yeah, we
amazing,
did.
beautiful,
Really good
safe,
childhoods.
happy, good childhoods. Like we were very, very
Yeah.
blessed with your parents, with my
Mhm.
parents, with the way we grew up, how we grew up, where we grew up.
Yeah.
Very fortunate for that. With that being said, there are still things that happened in our childhood that still show in our 20s and 30s. And I think your inner child really comes out in your 20s,
Yeah.
especially, and through your whole life, but especially in your 20s, I think your inner child comes out, and that's where people usually mostly like meet their significant others and settle down. And a huge part of understanding Nash was understanding his childhood, specifically with he's got auditory processing disorder.
Yeah.
So anybody else out there with
Auditory processing, it's
APD,
brutal.
you know what, y'all are the best.
Yeah, it's
It
yeah.
definitely has been It's been a learning lesson for me because when Nash was growing up, he struggled in school because of it. He had two other I call them learning differences
Yeah.
outside of his APD. And so when you're growing up, school is everything. And if you struggle in school, sometimes as a kid,
You
you
feel like your
feel
whole
like
world
your
is
whole,
failing,
yeah,
yeah, and
you're a
you're
failure, your whole,
worthless, yeah.
yes, yeah, to a certain extent. And understanding that part of Nash was very important for me because I'm pretty straightforward and straight and narrow, and my communication style can be sometimes pretty blunt. And Nash has had moments like growing up and throughout his life where with processing things with his auditory processing, basically it's a difficulty understanding speech, and it could manifest in all different ways. Like maybe if you're in a crowded area, like in a
Yeah.
cafeteria, and there's all these noises and somebody's trying to tell you a story, sometimes it's hard for you
Yeah,
to
it's
like
hard to,
pick
like,
up on and
focus.
focus on that person because
Yeah.
there's all these different sounds.
Right.
That's just one of many examples, but sometimes like in class or something, or if you would have to ask somebody to repeat things or slow down or ask a follow-up question, sometimes there's been instances where people have like made you feel like shit or made
Yeah,
fun of you
yeah.
or talked down to you or talk to you like you're a
Yeah, like
child
I'm a
when you're a
child, and I'm
grown
like,
man.
"Okay, bro."
And it's just like it
Yeah.
makes you feel like less than
Yeah, where it's like,
and
yeah, it's just
like it just is like you feel like you're dumb or stupid or
yeah.
whatever, which you are not.
No,
You
I
are
know
far
that.
from
Thanks,
that. You
baby.
are
I know.
so smart. And so learning that about him and him opening up to me about that and how that made him feel, I realized I was talking to like the child of Nash. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
talking to this child, this inner child of Nash. And I'm really taking a look into who he is and how he was as a child. And now I know I have to, with my delivery and my communication style, I have to make sure that I deliver it in a way that's going to be received well with Nash. Because at first, sometimes I would like say these things, or I'd be talking to him and I could see I could see his mind going in another place, and I could see him kind of disconnecting. And
Yeah.
when I didn't really know that about you, I would get mad because I'm like, why aren't you like just pay attention and listen? Like you don't listen, you don't. And he's like, no, I literally sometimes have trouble listening. I'm like, that's not an excuse. And then I understood
And then you
more
looked it up
about
and you're like, "Oh,
what
okay,
that
my bad."
is. And now I totally understand that about you. So I had to change the way that I communicate. And if you ask follow up questions, it's not because you're not paying attention because you don't love me and you don't
Right.
care about me.
Yeah.
It's because you need it asked in a different way, or
Yeah.
like you need the story told in a
Yeah,
different way.
I need to ask in a
So
different
that's
way.
just like an example, but I would say understanding the childhood of your partner, even if you had a great childhood and they did, there maybe there's things that they went through, or experience, or instances that really affected them, and that kind of manifests, I think, in your
Yeah, it
20s.
does. Yeah, it definitely does.
So and vice versa, you've gotten to know the inner me,
Yeah,
the inner child me,
yeah, where
the little diva.
Soph always has to, like, if she doesn't understand, she has to find out why.
Yes, and
Like,
I've always
she's
been
like,
like
"But
such a
why?
why
But
girl.
why?"
And I know kids are
And I'm
always like,
like,
"But
"Oh
why,
my
mommy?" But
god.
I was to the like millionth degree where my parents were like, "Oh my god, I don't know how else I can answer this." Where I
Yeah.
always have to get to the bottom. If something doesn't make sense, I need it to make sense before I can move on with
Yeah,
life. It could be
yeah.
the most
And
mundane
I'm like,
things.
sometimes you just don't understand stuff, and that's okay.
Nope, not my world. Got to get down to the bottom of it. So I would say that that's a great way of understanding
Gotta
each
get down
other.
to the bottom of it.
Did I say got to get to the end of the bottom of it?
Gotta get down to the gotta
Got to
get to the bottom of it. Yeah, you said it wrong.
Did
Gotta get
I?
down to the bottom of the end of it.
I'm gonna need an instant replay right now.
Yes,
I might
sir.
have. I might have. Okay, next question. Thoughts on a boyfriend venting to his friend that's a girl about your relationship?
Yeah, no. So, for example, I have a friend from the Bay Area who I've known since I was 5 years old. She's one of my best
Mm-hmm.
friends. Known her forever, but I still don't think it's appropriate for a man to vent to her girl best friend, and vice versa for a girl to vent to her man best friend about the significant other. Because if you guys are really that close, and you guys should be a team and figure it out together. I just
Yeah.
think it's. I mean, if you're like venting to like your buddy who's a guy, or your girl, or your girl and your girlfriend, I was like, hey, like, what's going
Yeah.
on?
I
You
mean,
kind of just,
girls always be talking
yeah,
shit
girls
to
always
their
be talking shit, but like
girls.
guys just be like, yeah, man, like we're just fighting a lot. And he's like, oh man, well, like, why don't you just try this? And we're like, okay, like, sick, I'll give it a
Men
go.
are so simple.
I
It's
know.
almost painful how simple they are.
That's pretty much how it
So
goes.
you think no? It's
I
a
think
no.
no.
It's a no, dog.
I think just talk to your partner, or
Figure it out.
last, like, talk to like your friend of the same sex as you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Because I mean, as a man, I feel I'm not a man. But
I
as
know
a
that.
man, if you're talking to another girl about your relationship, you're probably
You're probably feeling some, or you're like,
You're
yeah,
like
and then like we were doing this, and she said this, and then
probably flirting. I
the
don't
girl's like,
know.
oh well, I would never do that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Yeah.
And then
Red
you're
flag.
like,
It's
what
probably
the,
the girl that you told you not to worry
and
about
then you're
too.
like,
That's
what
the
the
issue.
fuck do you
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. He knows. No, but I do. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I don't think it's appropriate.
your best friend has been the best.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like one of my friends
yeah.
too. I love her.
She's amazing.
Okay, so that's a hard
That's a
no.
hard no.
Yeah, I would think that too. I would
Yeah,
not feel comfortable with that because you want to communicate with your partner first.
yeah,
Your friend of the same sex, I think, makes sense for
yeah.
sure, but opposite, I don't think so.
Still, if you have the same sex, like try and figure it out with your partner. But if she's like, I'm not messing with you right now, then just like talk to the
Then
same sex
yeah,
friend.
sometimes you got to go to your girls. Okay, Nash, what do you think of my poop story being featured in People's Magazine? If you guys didn't know, I shared a story about me shitting my pants on a date with Nash, and it made it in an exclusive People Magazine feature that was for the like romance department, or I don't even know. So I didn't know it was going to be an
I didn't
exclusive.
think it
I
was
thought it
going to
was
be
going to
the
be a tiny
headline.
little like side story, but it
Yeah.
was a little headline.
Yeah, I mean, I
made
think
it.
it's pretty. I think it's pretty funny. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were getting Kinder's, the barbecue place. Side note for the all you guys going to Costco and Walmart, seeing the Kinder seasonings. There's an actual restaurant in Contra Costa County in the Bay Area called Kinder's.
Let them
There's
know.
8 of them. Barbecue, really good. So we were going to go get our ball tip sandwiches there. We picked them up. We were in Soph's Jeep at the time. We were driving up to this lookout place in the Bay Area that looks over the whole bay. We finally, and it was really crowded.
To our
so
first date was too.
Yep, first day was, and we couldn't get to our normal spot because it was so crowded. So we finally found a spot, pulled over, and Sophia shat.
That is like the abridged version, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. And it happened, and it definitely, you handled it so great, though.
No,
like,
it was.
he laughed when I was laughing because I was crying.
I
I
just felt
so,
bad for you. Yeah.
like, what is going on?
I wasn't like,
I could
this
not
is
stop.
gross.
I didn't have an upset belly. I know you were already like in school at that point, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I know. I don't know if I was yet.
Maybe not. But
I think I was still playing baseball.
You were, yeah, probably. It was right when we first started. It was within our first couple dates, but it really like bonded us together, I would say. But yeah, no upset belly, nothing. It was just, I just kept shitting, and I felt completely fine, and I was so mortified with how fine I felt, and I could not stop shitting.
No.
And I was
and
like,
you were
this
in the jumper
doesn't
too.
make sense. Yep, my camo one piece jumper,
Super
and
cute, and you shot in it.
Yep, shot all in it, and here we are today.
Absolutely brutal.
Absolutely brutal. But to be fair, when I first introduced Nash to my family and he came over to my house, this was like 48 hours after knowing you.
Yeah.
And the day after Christmas. And you came over and I was giving you a little tour. And I was like, oh yeah, this is my bedroom. I open up the door. He immediately goes onto the bed sideways, lifts his leg up, and rips the loudest ass ever. And I was like, okay. I was like, Nash, oh my God. And he's like, what? I had to let it rip. And I was like, that's my man. I was like, I am so in love. 48 hours, I only know him, and I'm like, I'm so in love. And that's just how our relationship is.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Some people don't poop or fart in front of their partner.
Yeah, that's weird. I could never. You would break up with me in 5 minets.
I know.
Like if another person, like if you didn't like.
And now we have a little puppy that is a gassy girl.
Oh my God, she's so freaking gassy.
I know, and a lot of people are like, well, it's diet. She's only gassy during times like she'll toot throughout the day, but like she'll have more gassier moments when I think her belly might be upset. But we've been going through different diet things, and we've landed on salmon. She loves salmon.
She loves salmon based stuff, and it makes her coat really shiny. So
yeah, she's a queen.
She is a queen.
Okay, Big Nash, this is specifically for you.
Okay.
Do you have any EMT test tips? I cannot pass my test for the life of me.
Okay.
As somebody who, let's go through your record of test taking.
Oh my God. Okay. So first of all, don't feel bad that you can't pass this test. My first time in EMT basic school, failed the class. Go back to EMT school, pass the class. Took me 6 times to pass the national registry. Sophia hated her life at this point.
It was
the most stress. No, I was just kidding. Like she was so stressed.
How many chances do you get to pass?
You get 6 tries. I passed on the 6th try.
Yes, and if he didn't pass, then he would have had to
take the whole class.
To be fair, the first class was during COVID and online, and anybody who's taken an EMT course could you imagine taking your EMT course online and not in person?
No,
Like that
absolutely.
was,
That's tough.
and the teacher was not very
And the teacher
good.
was not good at
He
all. Like,
was
he
not
was
a good
really
teacher.
established and it was a good guy, but he was a
Yeah, he
horrible
was a great guy,
teacher.
but not a great teacher.
Not
And
a
just
great
because you're a
teacher.
good fireman doesn't make you a great
No,
teacher
not at
of
all.
it. And to be fair, like, and a lot of people failed that class. It wasn't
Oh,
just
I
you.
think half the people failed that
Yeah.
class.
So just, I always try to gas
And
them up
then
with
and then
school
hold
and
on,
stuff.
hold
And then,
on.
okay, keep going.
And so
Sorry, I'll
then
shut
I
up.
took my advanced EMT and I did really well in the class. Took me 5 tries to pass the NREMT, but we got it. My biggest advice would be download medic tests. If medic test does not work for you, I will refund you the money.
Yeah,
Like, you
and
can
you have got a lot of, he's gotten a couple
yeah.
different tutors. You have gotten
I've
all
had
these pocket prep
tutors,
things.
pocket prep. It's better than pocket prep. I have paramedic coach. It's good for videos, but for the NREMT, download medic tests. I'm pretty sure it's like $32 a month, but it is it was the best money I've ever spent because
Mm-hmm.
it'll give you the question. It's the closest to the NREMT. Their mock test is the best. It mimics it the most. And like, you answer a question wrong, it'll give you the right answer and tell you why. I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them do that, but this one just clicked with me. I don't know if it was the blue and
It
green
really did click
coloring.
with you. Like, I went, once he
And I
got
was
this,
addicted to doing the questions.
yes, night and day difference between his test scores. You were doing it all the time. It was a very easily accessible. You could do it on your
Yeah.
phone. Like, it was great. So
No, it
medic
was
test.
medic tests.
Shout that from the hills.
Medic tests.
And I want to give a little piece of advice as somebody who has been a spouse and supporter of Nash through all of his schooling for being a first responder and working in emergency medicine and stuff. Just know, if you struggle in test taking and you're in a career where you have to take a lot of tests or you're still in school, how you test has nothing to do with what you actually know. You can know all the information, but have a little bit of test anxiety and maybe not be like a good test taker. That does not equate to how much information you know. That does not equate to how you'll perform in the field. And that does not equate to who you are as a person. Like, keep going. You will pass, and you'll pass when it is the right time. If you didn't pass and you haven't been passing, it's because it hasn't been the right time for you to pass, and you'll get better opportunities after the time that you passed it when you did. And I tell Nash this like all the time. I'm like, just because you didn't pass doesn't mean you don't know the information. It's just, there's a difference between knowing the information that you have to know as a whole and being a good test taker. There's a lot of people in his classes who passed all the tests with flying colors. They got like A's in the classes. It was easy for them. But as soon as it came to practical application,
they did not do well.
Fumbled, like failed epically.
Yeah, they epically
and
failed.
If you are in a field where you have to practically apply things, that's where it matters. Whereas it was the opposite with Nash, where he would pass flying colors. And if you could take the test verbally, you would pass with flying colors.
Or if I could take it in an ambulance and show you.
And show, yeah, exactly. So just keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding. You'll pass. It'll be the best thing ever. And it doesn't equate to like, and for me, like, I scooted through school because I know how to study for a specific exam. Like, it doesn't mean that I know the information, but I passed all my classes easily because I knew specifically how to study for a test. But if you ask me about the information,
no idea.
Right over my head. Like, but you would think that I would be like so smart in all these different things, but it just was like, I knew how to study for a test, and I've kind of helped Nash with that too, different study tools. But yeah, just know that, like, just keep going. You're going to pass.
Grinding. You're going to
pass. You will pass. We promise
Medic
you.
Tests.
Okay. I feel like this is a good one to end up on. But advice for couples with one spouse being a first responder / shift worker. So I think this is good because you can give advice as somebody who is a first responder, shift worker. Give advice for the other people who are first responders and shift workers on how they maybe can cope with things. What are good tools that have allowed you to survive your days? And then if you want to also give advice for the partners as well. And then I will give advice for, as somebody who's a spouse to.
I'm going to start with the partners first, because they're very long days. If you're dating a firefighter, they're going to be gone for more than 24 hours or 24 hours like at a time. Mm-hmm. Cops worked 4 10-hour shifts. Nurses work 12-hour shifts. EMS can be overnight or 12-hour shifts. It's long days. Mm-hmm. So if they have a long day, they are like they may have seen something traumatic, like they may not necessarily want to talk about it right away. Just let them know that you're there for them, like give them time to absorb it and
Mhm.
digest it.
Mhm.
Don't be the person that's like, well, what's wrong, why are you so mad, because that's just going to drive them away from you. And I think most people who are spouses to first responders know that, because
Mhm.
like people, we can't deal with people that are just like, well, why aren't you talking to me?
Uh-huh.
So just give them some space. They will talk to you when they're ready. Just let them know that you're there for them. Like ask them like if they need anything, like if they don't want to talk about what's going on, and just basically be there for them. Be
Mhm.
like available at all times,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just be an open book. And sometimes they don't even want a response, they just want to be heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
They just want to be listened to. I
100%.
like that. What advice would you give to other people who are first responders and shift workers?
Uh, just yeah, just don't hold it in. Like, don't hold anything in. Like, you can obviously have your time to digest it and like think about what happened, but at the end of the day, you have to let it out, because a lot of first responders suffer from like
Struggle
alcoholism and suicide,
and
like
yeah, drug
suicide
abuse
ideation and
or yeah,
drug.
mental health
Yeah, mental
issues.
health
Yeah.
issues. So just like make sure you have a healthy outlet. Make sure you have something that you like to do outside of work, whether it's working out or golf or running or swimming, whatever.
Mhm.
That is going to
Find
help
a
the most.
hobby.
Yeah, find a hobby, like find a healthy hobby. Like it's okay, like every once in a while you go out with your friends and have a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
beers
of
and watch
course.
like some like football, baseball, whatever. But like ultimately you want to have like a healthy outlet where like, or even if it's like you and your wife go on like every week, you guys go on like a long walk with your dog, or you guys go
Yeah.
every night,
So
you
like take
guys.
care of your
Yeah, just
body.
take care of your body and make sure you're doing
Mhm.
stuff for you, and like make sure you be like a little selfish about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not
Yeah.
everything's about work. Like
Mhm.
it's your life, it's about you. So
Yeah, and maybe
yeah.
leaning in. I would say as somebody who has been with you for, this amount of time that you've been working in this field, I think something that's been really helpful for you is leaning on your buddies too. You've made a lot of great
Oh
friends
yeah,
in
and
this
like
industry
obviously your
and your
coworkers.
coworkers, like lean on those people because
Mhm.
as somebody who is far from emergency medicine and being a shift worker, I will never understand what you actually go through.
Yeah.
No matter how many crazy
Yeah.
stories that you tell me, I'll never ever get it. So
No.
being able to reach out to people that will be able to get it and will listen to you, or
Mhm.
if you're struggling,
Yeah.
find those people in your industry
Yeah.
that
And
can
it's
relate
okay
to
that
you.
you're not gonna understand, like, you just won't because you're not in the
Mhm.
field. It's not a bad thing. You shouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get to, like, learn lingo and stuff after you've
Yeah.
been
Oh, I'm
dating this
fully I can
eh,
almost do a radio call,
a radio
a
report.
radio report. I'm almost there, you guys.
But yeah, you'll just like your spouse will never understand, but it's okay to not understand.
Yeah.
They don't want you to understand. They
Yeah.
just want you to be there for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So,
that's good advice.
yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. And thank
You're
you for
very
what you do.
welcome. You're welcome. Hey,
Yeah, hats off for you, babe.
you're welcome.
I would say my biggest piece of advice, I don't talk about this a lot online. That's not one of my like personalities where I'm like
Mhm.
first responder wag, which honestly I might be. Once you're in the fire
Once I'm in
department,
the fire
you
department,
might
you
not
might
even
be able
recognize.
to.
No, I'm kidding.
Just
I will
kidding.
not be changing that much. But I don't really talk or open up about you, being in this field a lot because it's so hard to put into words like what you do and like the things that you have seen and gone through and the kind of people that you deal with and the stories that you've heard and been a part of. It's a lot and you're only just getting started. So I can't
Mhm.
imagine like all the other things that you go through. So I just know as a spouse, like, and for anybody out there who is a spouse to a first responder or shift worker, just know that like it ain't easy.
It ain't
Being
easy
the
being
being
cheesy.
the mental support for them is a big burden to carry, but I would carry it like 10 times over and I would
Mhm.
have the burden be 10 times larger because I would do anything to help you with your mental health and make sure that you get through it. But
Thanks,
just be
baby.
patient with them. Sometimes, like when Nash comes home, he dumps everything on me right when he gets home, whether it's positive, negative, or what that may be. Sometimes he comes home and he does not want to talk about it at all. And he would rather immediately take his mind off of it, which I'm like, perfect, I'll talk about myself and here's my day. And sometimes like it may sound like, annoying, but I think you do really enjoy that. And I'll be like, okay, well, this is what happened with Gemma today. Like she
Yeah, I
did
like
really
to
good
hear
with
about
this,
Gemma and all that.
and he doesn't want to hear about me. He just wants to hear about
Just hear
no.
about Gemma. No, I'm kidding. I like
But
to hear
it
about
takes
both of
his
them.
mind off of it. And I think I've picked up on like when you want to talk about it, when you don't. Sometimes he won't talk about it for a couple days, and then he'll be like, oh my God, so the other day, and then he'll just dump all of it on me and just kind of be ready to receive and ready to listen. And I really just kind of listen. I don't really give too much
Mhm.
feedback with anything. I'm just kind of there as somebody who listens and make sure that they are taking care of their body and their mind
Yeah.
and just be there for the support. And also, as a spouse, I mean, we don't have any kids yet. We've got, our puppy and stuff, but I can imagine it's going to be a lot, which is also like another reason we move close to my family. Cause I'm just a girl. I want to be near my mom and dad, like when we have kids, and I'll be leaning on, the village that we will be building when it comes to that point, because you will be gone for days at a time and I will need that help. So lean on your closest people, your best friends, your family, whoever is around you in your community, to start building your little village so you can lean on people for support as well. And it's kind of just like a whole community collective
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
100%.
But constant communication, making sure that you guys are always on the same page and that they're really like taking care of themselves is an important thing. And make sure you take care of yourself too. But okay, well, that wraps it up.
Well, I think that wraps it up. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on again.
You're welcome. I always love being on and talking to
Thank
the
you for redoing this. I think this was a better take, even. Dare I say?
This one was better. I think, except for that one thing I forgot, like the cycle thing.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I was like, what is the one thing that you know about me? How do you know me so well? No, it's totally fine.
It's okay.
Babe, you did not, you said it in the first episode. You're totally fine. But thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
I think the girlies and the besties always love hearing your take on things and getting like a little update. And this is a fun little thing for us to do, to just document all of this, because we'll look back on this in 20 years and we'll be able to show our kids and be like, remember this podcast episode we filmed?
That's
maybe
crazy.
Not showing all of the podcast episode, but it's fun for us to do it. And I love you so much. And I always appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on and share your life with all the girlies.
I love you so much too. Thank you for having me on, and I will do it 10 times over for the besties.
He will. He absolutely will. He loves you guys. And
love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting Soph. She loves you guys more than you know.
Yeah, I really do. But thank you guys for hanging with us today. Hopefully we answered your guys' questions and had some great conversations. Maybe share this with your partner. I don't know. But thank you guys for always joining in and tuning in every week. Sorry, this was a little bit delayed with the audio issues, but fingers crossed this comes out all smoothly.
Yeah, fingers crossed this works
But
out.
thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.